My drive is to get justice for Sonya Massey and for the community and for our deputies here at the Sheriff's Office. Again, we are devastated by this. We were betrayed by Grayson, who had all the training and experience and knowledge he needed to do his job, and he had been doing the job up to that point.
Hello everyone, this is Lions Den with another news and commentary. I'm doing an update on the Sonya Massey investigation. Now, um, according to the article, it says county board members pushing advisory referendum to voters to recall Campbell. Jack Campbell is the sheriff of of Springfield, right? So let's read this article. This is very important. So it says 5 Democrats, Sangamon County board members are pushing for an advisory referendum to give voters a say on the future of Sheriff Jack Campbell at the ballot box in November. The county board will have to pass a referendum at its August 13th meeting for it to get on the ballot. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is important because, you know, after what happened with Sonya Massey and a lot of backlash happened with, the sheriff Jack Campbell, they want to be, the Democrats in that meeting want Jack Campbell to be recalled. So if it's approved, then it's gonna be happening in November. It's going again. They said it has to pass a referendum on August 13th, which is sometime next week. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna wait and see what these people are gonna do. But this is extremely important because if they pass this meeting, right, this referendum, then they have to wait until election night whether the voters will decide whether they want to recall Sheriff Jack Campbell or not. So this is huge. And again, they want this man gone. Now, Jack Campbell is a Republican sheriff in Springfield, Illinois. They vote this person in. So we're going to wait and see what they're going to do. But there's more. It says even if passes the voters on November 5th, Campbell would not be bound to resign. Campbell, a Republican, has been sheriff since 2018 and is next up for election, well, let's say re-election, in 2026. Several Democrat county board members have called for Campbell's resignation in light of the July 6th fatal shooting of Sonya Massey, a 36-year-old black woman, by a sheriff's deputy, Sean P. Grayson, who was fired after shooting Massey. So you hear the article. Even if it does pass, then Campbell won't be forced to resign. So it continues to say that Sean P. Grayson, who was fired after shooting Massey in the face, first-degree murder charges. He pleaded not guilty to the charges in Sangamon County Court on July 18th and remains in custody. So, again, like, this is huge. Even if they did pass this referendum, that doesn't necessarily mean that this sheriff will immediately be resigned. Okay? But it shows you how powerful these Democrats are, and they will do anything to remove that sheriff from his post. So we're going to go ahead and continue this article in a second. So here we go. It says several members of Massey's family, most prominently her father, James Wilburn, have called for Campbell to go. One of those board members pushing for the advisory referendum, Sam Kalman, said Tuesday, the best way to find out what the electoral wants is through an election. Campbell, in a one-on-one interview with the State General Register Thursday, and at sometimes heated public listening session put on by the U.S. Department of Justice Community Relations Service, said he would not resign. I was elected sheriff to lead this office and protect the people of the county through good times and bad, and certainly we're going through a rough time right now, Campbell told the SJR. For me to abandon the sheriff's office now will be irresponsible. We're certainly suffering, and the community is suffering. And I want to be to be here to help lead out of this situation that we're in. So basically, it's going to be a fight, and you can tell this Republican sheriff will not leave, will not. I mean, they're going to try to force him to resign. Well, unfortunately, that's not going to happen. He's not going to resign. And again, a lot of people, including Sonya Massey's father, is concerned because him, along with other citizens, want this man to step down. And now the sheriff said, "No, I'm not going to step down." So his re-election is 2026, which is going to be 2 years later, which means it's going to be in the midterms. That's when he had to run for re-election once again. And so again, like so a lot of people are going to say they want him to be recalled, but the sheriff said, "No, I'm not going to be recalled. I'm not going to be forced to step down." And the only way they can stop him is by election day in 2026. So it says, Campbell admitted the department failed the community. We failed Sonya. We failed Sonya's family and friends. Grayson hiring has also come into question, given that he had 2 DUI convictions before joining the law enforcement ranks. He was separated from the U.S. Army for misconduct serious offense on February 27 in 2016. So we already know that, Sean Grayson was being involved. It was 6 different departments, police departments, and he's dealing with having 2 DUI convictions. Now, and this is what police officers do. When you're fired on one department, you're gonna get hired on another. So it continued to say, as some of Grayson's references for the sheriff's deputy position in Springfield noted he needed more than a job training. Cobbman said, although the vote will be advisory, that the Jack Campbell I know is an honest, dedicated public servant, and I believe he will heed the will of the voters. Also sponsoring the resolution were Mark Ayers, Tony Del Giorno, Kevin McGuire, and Gina Lathan. 20 of the county board members are Republicans with 8 Democrats. There is 1 vacancy, though. That seat would need to be filled by a Republican. But again, like I said, even though Democrats want him gone, even though Sonya Massey's family want him gone, unfortunately, he said he's not going anywhere. He said he's not going to resign. So they're going to have to wait till 2026 when his re-election coming up to vote him out of here. This is the end of the article. So again, ladies and gentlemen, Jack Campbell, who is, of course, a Springfield, Illinois sheriff, has already said that he was appalled about what happened with Sonya Massey. But again, you got people from the left, Democrats, want this man to step down. The Sonya Massey family want him to step down, and unfortunately, Jack Campbell himself said he's not going to step down. He's not going to be recalled. But it's going to take next week to see if they can go ahead and put his name to recall him out as sheriff of that county. So, ladies and gentlemen, please tell me what you think about this. I mean, it shows you that even though the sheriff says that he's not going to resign, but Democrats will try so hard that it will happen. So we're going to be waiting and see. But then again, you have the Republicans still runs that county. Because remember, it says 20 of the county board members are indeed Republicans and with 8 Democrats. So remember, even though 8 Democrats want this man to resign, the 20 Republicans will not let that happen because they're the majority. Y'all let me know what you think about this in the comments.